All right, guys, we're going to start. We're going to try to be quickly because I want to get, I know everybody's been doing this a long time. We're going to talk about the Bryce Meredith Peimbert fight. You went 8-3.
Yeah, I mean, he hurt him, damaged him on the feet. I mean, he was beating him up on the feet. He took him down to the ground, mounted him, was raining down blows on him.
I got to look at that one. That's the one I've got to look at again.
I think I just had it. I mean, he was winning so big on the stand-up too, and yeah, the other guy was throwing some, landing a little bit, but it was just big flurries, and it was pushing back, and then he took him down, mounted him, and I felt like he was active enough in the mount.
Where's Frank? There's Frank. Yeah. Frank, you had that fight. Did you think the last round was an 8?
I didn't get there, but I have a hard time when I'm in the cage. Like
no, but I never did see you looking to stop.
No, there was no point in there where I thought the only thing I was worried about in that fight was the cut, and the cut never got wider, never got deeper, so I literally was just kind of standing there.
Okay, now we're going to talk about the Henry Corrales fight. And I have several notes about that one. I thought the first round was very, very close. And I kind of think that's the round that decided this particular fight. The second round was pretty easy, I thought. Does anybody not think the second round was pretty? The second round was...
I thought it was still a really close round.
Well, I mean, when I say it's close, but I thought it was a close but clear round.
Yeah.
Like you can get the winner. The third round is interesting. Okay. I had Comica, I want to say it the right way, but I had Comica for about 4 minutes and 40 seconds. That's where I was at. And I switched the last 20 seconds because of the damage. Because on my side, it looked like he almost got it. I mean, almost stopped him. Elliot, you didn't get there. Did you not see it?
I was thinking of going the other way.
No, it's fine. Just go back and look at it. Yeah. Let me know, because I'm going to go back and look at that one from Ron's. It's one of those rounds where the guy literally I think he made it up with 20 seconds left on the clock. I mean, he really poured it on.
I mean, I had Kai pretty far ahead that round.
I did too. That's what the thing. I didn't have him barely. I had him way ahead.
But he got hurt.
He got hurt pretty bad. And how bad is debatable, because he never really did go down, did he? I don't remember him going down. But he stumbled. Yeah, he stumbled in the last 20 seconds. Do you remember
I remember very well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you get there? Did you switch?
I did, because I was sitting next to Belcher and we were talking, and I thought, you need to favor the guy that is close to finishing with that much damage, even if it's only 20 seconds, because that's what the fight is about. So then it comes back to how you scored the first round, which was very close.
So the first round was very close. The second round,
right?
First round is a coin flip.
Right.
I mean, really. I had a Commissioner Fiore sitting beside me, and I'm like, well, I went Corrales that round. He's like, really? I went, and we got the cards back, and it was like, I think 2 for, and 1 for Corrales. And Derek, you went swinging on. Coincidentally, that's the score. I had the last round because I switched. In the first round, I barely got to Corrales. The second round was pretty safe, so I got there. But I really think the lesson to be learned here is just to look at that last bit and compare how we got there. Because the thing is, the 20 seconds was a lot. I think that was a lot. I think that was okay. I think that's fair, and that's what we're trying to get from it. So let's kind of look at that map, look at that one on the Zoom, because was you pretty far ahead before the last 20 seconds?
I mean, he had the advantage in the round. It was not a marginal victory. It was clear till he got beat up bad.
Yeah,
I mean, he got beat up bad.
I thought so. Then we had Usman and Brent, and a question I got from the media, and we're gonna ask it is like, and we'll ask it to Derek, Ron, and Chris. But I'll start at the media says, None of you guys got to an 8. Were any of you thinking it was whatever? I wasn't thinking it.
No.
It never entered my mind in any of those rounds.
Brent did a good job of. I mean, there was times when it could have, with that one round when he threw the elbow and he cut him open. If he was able to continue and throw big damaging shots, then maybe. But he was able to. I think Brent did a good job of holding him, stalling, and not allowing him to take any more real damaging blows.
If we're going to score 8s, I want to see some damage. Okay? We're going to put that probably in the ADC criteria. I know it's not right there right yet. Guess what? It's coming. I want to see damage for an 8. Okay? Now, because luckily these 8s didn't matter tonight. Didn't matter. So, doesn't mean we can't score them. 8 should be scored, but they should be judiciously because the fighter has to earn that score. Just like the other fighter has to earn the 9, and it's not like they should ever be scored because we're not doing the fighter justice by not scoring it correctly. But I do think damage, even though it's, I know it's damage, duration, and domination, but I do believe, guys, damage needs to be one of the 2 Ds. Okay, I believe it. I've been kind of getting there over the last couple of years. Have you?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's what the main score criteria is. Wade, I get it, because also in the current definition, it says if a fighter fails to mount any offense in the round, it's a consideration for a 10-8. So I see where you're going. But that's why we do this, and that's why we review, and that's why we revise the definitions, because experience leads us in the right direction of instinctively knowing how to better define what the 10-8 is. And that's part of the process, and that's a part of the process that we're all a part of in defining, redefining, refining, and ensuring that it's the most fair to the athletes.
The evolution of our scoring has to be moving towards where there's damage, because that's
Right.
coming in.
Right.
We're going to get that in. Where damage needs to be one of the one of the criteria. So that's just wanted to quickly, Blake, you want to talk about this because we got asked about it. Where's Blake? You want to talk about the knee, like when you obviously that was the TKO thing.
Sure.
The knee.
Yeah, so there was an inside trip, and the fighter's knee, I think, went out on the way down. He was making some noise, and he tapped. He tapped his own leg 3 times, and I even gave him a second, and I asked him, "Are you tapping to that?" And he screamed, "Ah, my knee!" So I immediately waved it off, and he stood up, and he said, "Well, my knee's better. And I'm ready to go." And I was like, "Well, we can't do that. The fight is over." He said, "What do you mean?" I said, "Well, that's a verbal submission, TKO, whatever the case may be." He was a little upset, and he said, "I didn't know that." I said, "Well, lesson learned. I follow the protocol, and that protocol takes me down a path, and it was really pretty straightforward stoppage with an injury. So I could have gotten it on the first tap, but I allowed it to go to a verbal. And yeah, I think it was pretty clean. He just didn't know what was going on.
Jason,
He's right there.
Oh, okay. You got anything you'd like to say about the referee?
It's a team effort. It's like just a person standing in there, but there's a whole team here that makes everybody good. The support of people on the outside. We had a review. You guys are on it right away. Make sure the right things happen. It's just a team effort. I'm glad to be part of it.
Yeah, did the review work? It worked pretty quick. We
Yeah,
got
it was
done pretty quick.
So anybody didn't hear it? The fighter was like, "Oh, she grabbed my bra." Not a big deal. And I was like, "Well, let's do it right now. Make sure that it wasn't impactful." Mark and Andy responded right away. Got a review going through Corey's assistants. We were able to check it, make sure that it wasn't impacting the end of the fight, and then we could all agree on the decision that this is the appropriate decision right then. There'll be nothing coming back later saying, "Well, actually, I thought about it a little later." It was wrong. We were able to review it, all discuss it very quickly, and come to a conclusion. I don't think anybody even noticed that a review had taken place. And again, that's just the team. It's team firing on all cylinders, and so I appreciate you guys doing that.
Jason, you got anything?